What if I told you that just a few professional techniques could instantly make your portraits look magazine worthy? Welcome back. In today's tutorial, I'll show you exactly how professionals achieve flawless, natural looking skin retouching in Photoshop without making the skin look fake or plastic. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced editor, you learn techniques you can apply immediately. Let's get started. Before we begin, if you're serious about mastering Photoshop retouching, portrait editing, and professional color grading, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. I upload in-depth tutorials every week to help you become a better retoucher. Now let's jump into Photoshop and start editing. Alright, so we have this beautiful image over here that I downloaded online. I'm going to try and then leave the link in the description box below so that you can also download and then use it for your works. Alright, so first and foremost, we're going to examine the image and then see any imperfection on her face. And then we're going to target stats to try and then remove anything that isn't looking too nice. Or yeah, as you can see, we have some pimples and some dark spots on her face and stuff that isn't looking too nice. I call this step the basic cleanups. All right, so this helps in a way that when you start doing the actual frequency separation, you don't have to do it over and over again, right? In the frequency separation, you're going to have the textures separated from the colors. So having to do this again over there is going to be a waste of time to me. That's what I think. So I feel like doing this now will help and then will fasten your work more. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate the background layer by pressing Ctrl and then J like this. So we have a new selection or a new layer created over here. So I'm going to zoom into the image and then select my patch tool over here in the tools column. Then I'm just going to circle and then drag any unwanted parts that I want to a better area or a better selection. Right, so I normally use this I use the patch tool and then the clone stamp tool as well. Sorry, and then the spot healing brush tool to do this. So for now, let's go with the patch tool. So I'm just gonna hold the space bar and then drag the image around. Just gonna circle and then drag to any parts that I like. You drag the unwanted parts to a much cleaner area by just selecting and then dragging. So you're gonna repeat this to remove anything you don't want from the image, as you can see. All right, so I think this is okay. I'm gonna switch to my spot healing brush tool over here. Then I'm gonna just brush onto any parts that I don't want, just to remove it. So once again, this is the basic cleanups. You're gonna have to make sure you do this to get a much cleaner image to work on. Yeah, as I explained earlier, you can do this, but then you're gonna have to do it again somewhere along the frequency separation, which might take some time. So I prefer doing this once, and then when it gets there, the workload isn't going to be too much over there. So yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and then just clean it up to a level where I feel like it's looking much better, and I'm going to proceed to doing the remaining. All right, so fair enough. The image is looking much better. Let me zoom in a little bit more and let's check the before and after. So this is the before and this is the after. I don't know if you can see it still, but let me zoom in a little bit more, and then this is the before and then this is the after. As you can see, our image is looking much better. So we're going to proceed to the next step. So I'm going to press and hold Control and then 0 like this to zoom out. All right, so I'm going to come here now and then create my frequency separation adjustment layers. That is having the color on a separate layer and then having the texture on a separate layer. Then we're going to work on both separately. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to select layer 1, make another duplicate by pressing Ctrl and then J like that. And then I'm going to make another duplicate again, Ctrl and then J. Then I'm going to come here and then rename layer 1 copy to color, and then layer 1 copy 2 to texture. like that. I'm going to select OK. Then I'm going to select color, and then I'm going to off the texture layer. All right, so I'm going to come to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Then I'm just going to drag, or I'm going to reduce or make the radius, set the radius to 3.8. I think 3.8 is fine for me, so I'm going to keep it at 3.8. I'm going to select OK. Like that. As you can see, our image is looking a bit blurry. Yeah, that is the look that we're going for. So we're now going to come to the texture layer and then make it visible like this. Then we're going to come here to image, apply image. Then over here, we're going to change the layer to color. We're going to keep the channels at RGB, and then change the blending to subtract. Yeah, then we're going to keep the opacity at 100. We're going to keep the scale at 2, and then the offsets at 128. Yeah, as you can see, you are getting this ghost effects. That's the effects that we are going for. If you are not getting the ghost effects, then meaning there is something wrong with what you are doing. So you have to make sure it gets this ghost effect. If you're not getting this ghost effect, there is something wrong. You might have to go back and then redo this again. All right, so I'm going to select OK from here, like this. Then we're going to come back to the texture layer, and then we're going to go to the blend modes, select, and then come to linear light. So this is what we're having now. As you can see, the image is back to how it was when we started. If you're not getting this exactly, then meaning, as I said earlier, there's something wrong or you skipped a step. So you have to make sure you go back and then you redo it again to make sure you get the same effect. All right, so now let's go back to the image. Let's come and then put this in a group, control, and then select these two together, and then control and then G to group it. I'm going to rename this group to FS, meaning frequency separation. I'm going to select enter. All right, I'm going to open this up, select the color layer. But before I continue, if you want this done for you automatically, if you want this step done for you automatically without you necessarily doing this all over by yourself, I have this in my digital store. You can just check it out. The link is in the description box below. You can download this step that I just did. You don't have to do this yourself. Yeah, so yeah, you can use it for all your projects, all your future works and stuff, and it's gonna help you very much. So yeah, let's proceed. So I'm going to select the color layer over here now. I'm going to come to my mixer brush tool. If you've been following my videos, I normally love to do this with my mixer brush tool because it really makes work easy, and then yeah, I normally get the effect that I want using the mixer brush tool. So I love to always do it with my mixer brush tool. So yeah, so I have the settings over here for the mixer brush tool. You can check it out. So let me just take you through quickly. This is the brush type. The moment you select the mixer brush, it's going to be selected for you automatically. So you're going to change this to clean brush. If it's not set to clean brush, make sure you change this to clean brush, and make sure this is deselected, and make sure this is selected. All right, and you're going to change this to custom. These two things are very important. If you skip this, you're going to get a different effect, and I'm not sure you're going to like it, because I have a lot of people saying whenever they paint on the image, they get a solid color, which shouldn't be the case. So if you want to get this, always make sure this is selected. All right, and we're going to set this to custom, wets at 80%, and then load at 75%, mix at 90%, and then flow at 100%, and then this at 10%. All right, so this is going to do the work for you. But mind you, the wets changes with time. Yeah, as you keep editing, the wets is going to change. Yeah, from either it will either go up or down depending on the kind of effect you are getting. All right, so let's come back here. So with the color selected, with the mixer brush tool selected, I'm going to come here, zoom into my image, and then make my brush a little bit bigger. So you use the open and close bracket keys to either make your brush big or small. So I'm going to start painting and then smoothing her forehead. From there, I'm going to continue to other parts of her body. All right, so make sure the color layer is selected. Now we're going to do this on the color layer. So I'm going to start painting. So when you paint, also make sure you're painting within the tones of the image. If the place you're painting is the midtones, make sure you're painting in the midtones. If it's in the highlights, make sure you're painting exclusively in the highlights. And then the same goes to the shadows. Don't mix them up anyhow, otherwise your image is going to be flat. Yeah, so keep that in mind. All right, so I'm going to come gently and then keep painting like that. So as you can see, as I paint, I either increase or decrease the brush size depending on the area that I'm painting on. So you're going to take your time and then just keep brushing like that. There are certain people who also normally switch their texture layer off, but I prefer to have it on so that I can see exactly what I'm doing. I don't want to finish it up before I see how the overall image is looking. All right, so I'm going to keep it on and I'm just going to brush like that. So you just take your time and then you brush over the image, as you can see over here. So another tip too is I normally love to keep my image looking as natural as possible, so I don't overdo it. I try to retain the natural textures in the image, so I don't overly edit. Yeah, that's the main point of editing. You're just enhancing the image, you're not changing it. So you always have to make sure you don't do it too much. You just keep it as minimum as possible. So I'm just going to proceed and then keep brushing. I'm going to speed this side up and I'm going to be back in a bit. All right, guys, let me zoom in. Let's check how our image is looking now. So this is how our image is looking. Let's check the before and after. So this is the before and this is the after. This is the before and then this is the after. As you can see, our image is looking much smoother and looking much better than where we started from. So let's move to the texture layer now, and then we're gonna try to remove some of the textures from the image. All right, so let me just zoom in once more to the side. So in this step, I'm going to use the spot healing brush tool once again. So I'm going to select it over here and I'm going to come like this. And then with this tool, as long as it's a brush, you're going to use the open and close bracket keys to either increase or decrease the brush size again. So I'm going to just increase the brush size a little like this. And I'm going to just brush onto any parts that I don't like, onto any texture that I don't like. So the space bar, and then to activate the hand tool, and then you're just gonna drag it around and then just brush on any parts that you don't like. Over here, as you can see, I think I brushed it so much. So I'm gonna select the color layer. I'm gonna come back to my mixer brush tool and I'm just gonna correct the tones just a little bit, just to blend them in. All right, I'm going to come back to the texture layer with the spot healing brush tool selected once again. I'm going to go and then just brush to remove any unwanted textures from the image. Just going to continue and then just remove like that. So one thing that I always advise is always make sure you take your time when you're doing this. You have to make sure you're doing this. Since you're doing it manually, you want to make sure everything is looking as nice as possible. So you're going to take your time and then remove anything that you don't like from the image. So let me zoom out. Let's check the before and after. So this is the before and this is the after. This is the before and then this is the after. Let me just go ahead and then remove a little bit more. Yeah, this image looks nice. The model actually has a very smooth skin, so you can see some difference before and after. As you can see, as we retouch the skin, we actually lost some highlights from the image, but that isn't a problem at all. We can actually bring back some highlights in the image. So let me quickly show you how to do that. So you're going to come here and then select the adjustment layers over here and then select selective color, and then you're going to come here to color and then change this to white. Then over here in the white, you're going to select the black and then drag the slider back like this. As you can see on the image, our highlights are coming back. So in order for you to have the highlights only at where you want, you're going to select the layer mask, Control I to invert, to set it to black. Then you're going to come and then select your brush tool. There's a normal brush tool. Then you're just going to change this, make sure the foreground color is white. By pressing X, you're going to toggle between the white and then the black foreground color. All right, then you're just going to brush onto the highlights to bring back the rich highlights again. Yeah, so let me zoom out. Let me do same to the side. Let me zoom in quickly. So this is the before and this is the after. This is the before and then the after. So we have our highlights looking natural like it was when we started. All right, so this is what we have now. So this is basically it. This is basically how to master high-end skin retouching like a professional in 2026. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your time. See you guys in the next one.